Hi all, today we have guests from University of Europe for Applied Sciences, Germany. So, welcome you for today's session. So, we would like to understand how the University of Europe is for international students, how the setup is, the opportunities.
Thank you, Amit. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Narendra Reddy, Additional Director of Kickstart. So we do have a campus, like 4 campuses in Germany and 1 in Dubai as well, where a student can always start their journey right from Dubai campus or German campus, and they can shuffle between the campus locations as well. We do have a program choices of arts and design, and sports and event management, and business management programs, technology programs like a data science software design, and health related programs like public health management and psychology available in both UG and PG, and health management programs we have. Not only that, recently we started a program for hotel management as well. That comes with the dual students can work and student can study together.
Now, what are the key highlight programs offered at UB?
The key highlight programs, I think if you're looking into the Hyderabad market or an India market, the major program demand is like, first is the data science, because we have a huge demand in terms of career perspective. Next comes is the software engineering. And not only that, we have a wide variety of MBA programs, like 14 different MBA programs. So a student can choose either general MBA, which is 1 year, or a student can choose a specialization, which is 1 year. Famously called as a 60 ECTS and 90 ECTS.
So, normally Germany, if you look at the history, is known for its public universities. So, what is the difference between a public and a private university? How would a student benefit by studying at public universities, especially?
That's a really good question. Actually, the student need to understand about this thing. The public universities student ratio to the professor is almost like 100 or 120 student. So whenever student have any query, whenever student want to clear some doubts, so that will be a little bit difficult. And coming back to the private universities like me, our professor to student ratio is hardly like 30 students. So we make sure we have a very small classroom size. That is one of the. And not only that, we do have a practical, because we are an applied sciences university, which means practical way of learning system. So here what happens is like we have a complete career oriented programs. So student, anybody is starting their education after bachelor's or with a master's program. In 3rd semester, we do have a Kickstart project, which is similar to the internship. So they'll be doing it in any one of the recruiting partners, because we have 70% recruiting partners. So like these things are not available in public universities. And the recruiting partners also, they are like BMW, Volkswagen, Tesla, and we coming to the technical giants, we have a Deloitte, IBM, HSBC. And coming back to the sports related, we have Adidas, we have Body Sport, which is almost into automotive as well as in sports. And we have an Alaba Business School, which is more of sports and management area. So these are the collaboration partners. So coming back to public universities, whenever they are given any projects or anything, student has to search by themselves. But in private universities, there is an option. Student can always approach the student service system to get support to get into the internship, or we do have a career placements which happens on every semester career fair. Not only that, we do have a guest lectures coming down from a prominent faces like Apple, McKinsey, Google, and Zalando. So these are the companies which are very famous in terms of the placements in universities. Student can literally interact with those professors, the guest speakers. Apart from that, we have a techie talks also, which happens on every semester. So these gives real-time experiences for the students, which doesn't have public universities. So that is the reason University of Europe, I think it's continuously from last 4 years. I think this is the 5th year. We have been awarded as the best provider for the further education out of 461 institutions and universities together. 38,000 people voted for in favor of UE. So that is conducted through STREM. And we have been getting like 2024, 2025, we are best provider with the better education. And the good thing is, recently we've been given a 5-star rating for the quality lectures. That is one of the recent update happened during the second week of March. Apart from that, we are top 10 for the quality teaching, and top 10 for the business studies, and top 20 for the technical studies. And we have been awarded as a top media school as well. So these things came down with the support of all our agents networks and all our students who are completing their educations. And it all depends upon our faculty also is doing the maximum support to the students.
And probably another myth that normal students have is Germany is about mechanical engineering. So, what is your take on how the opportunities are for all fields? Because in the myth is what we believe.
Yes, that was there. It's still everybody thinks that it is only for mechanical, but in reality, technology is one of the quite popular. If you look into the data science, for example, if you look into our program page of data science also, the salary packages starts from 60,000 euros as a yearly package. It ends till 300,000 euros. It all depends upon the student experience and student background, but the starting salary packages start from 60,000. And huge demand is there. On an average, students will be getting 50 to 55,000 as the yearly package compared to what is the starting salary compared to the mechanical engineers. And Germany is encouraging right now for the young talents to come down to Germany because most of the people are into the retirement age and they need a techie people. It's not only mechanical, they need a technical people like a data science or engineering or any people coming down from arts and design because Germany is known for land of poets. So we require arts and design students as well. Apart from that, we require students coming from business schools who can build and take the nation to forward. So this is what we do. And as we are providing the maximum opportunities for the students in terms of career placements, in terms of education advancement, in terms of getting a practical knowledge, so that gives them more importance for the students.
So, how important it is for the students to know German language, first to enter Germany, and how we helps them in learning German language, and how the language plays an important part in finding opportunities.
That's a really good and important question because any country, if any person knows the local language, which always have a huge impact in terms of getting the part-times and the completing the program. But UE, it's 100% English language where student can complete his entire education in English language. But we strongly suggest a student at least to get a basic level of German language. Thanks to the globalization actually, because now most of the people, like 60 to 70% population in Berlin, they speak English. So that's a good thing. But what we do is like if any student want to learn a German language, we have classes available on campus. We charge 75 euros per course. So that goes for the entire semester. Weekly, I think student will be having 4 to 5 hours of classes. So we don't want to disturb the student regular timetable, but we do have German classes.
So now once a student completes qualifications at Germany, what are the opportunities they have in terms of visa extensions?
Yeah, this is one of the things what students need to understand. Students who are coming down to Germany, they will be a post-study work visa option. Like we have an 18 months post-study work visa, which allows the student to get a employment and convert that into work. But in terms of university we have almost 93% of our students get an employment within first year. So that is one of the we do have a strong career support which guide the student how to crack an intro. Because as I mentioned, we are applied sciences students. We want to make sure student will have a complete knowledge about his future perspective. That's the reason we do workshops on a monthly basis. I think we have 5 workshops scheduled in the month of April. That is like work strategies, how to have a successful job in job market, and resume writing skills. So these things are done in a workshop. So and students are encouraged to do so. That is all about that.
Now, with regard to the skill shortages that are there in Europe, and especially in Germany, now students who are looking at Europe as an opportunity compared to US markets, how do you see the future is going to be for the students in Germany?
This actually one of the most important topics that students need to understand, which is right now Germany is into the retirement age of 70% of the population are in the retirement age, and they are encouraging the students to come down. They are encouraging the students to start their career in Germany. To know more about this job market and everything, I think Make It in Germany. That is a website which is organized by maintained by the government. Student can understand about the job market. The second thing is here, as per the December, I think 6,58,000 jobs are available in the next 5 years because that many people are getting retired.
So, can you please throw some light on how the living expenses and how the life is in Berlin?
If you look into the Berlin, because the metropolitan cities we have, it is Berlin, Potsdam, and average cost of living will be around 800 to 950 euros. That is what a standard student living, which includes homestay, which includes food, health insurance, as well as transportation, mobile, internet, and everything. But in reality, I think students are spending around 750 to 800 euros. But the best part is Germany has a block ticket, which a student will be getting. They need to do a deposit of a block ticket, which is around 11,904, and they'll get a 992 euros every month. So that is more than enough for any student to handle his living expenses. Apart from that, a student is legally allowed to work for 23 hours per week, like 140 hours of full time or 280 hours of full time. But we strongly suggest the student that they can get all the expenses to be cleared through block ticket. Right now, I think if you look into the last year's stats and everything from India especially, we have around 230% growth in student numbers. That is one of the advantages. And thanks to the student network and thanks to the agency who are supporting German education. And we have around 90% and above the percentage of visa compared to the last few years. But I think it's a high time for German education and the students starting their career in Germany. So we strongly encourage a student traveling to Germany and completing their masters and try to learn the German culture and try to learn the German employment system as well. So try to make a good future in Germany.
Could you please let us know about the scholarships that the students get and also with regard to the student support services?
Yeah, the financial terms, we do have placements like a discount based on the payment options. Like if any student is paying a full tuition fee, we have up to 25% discount, which is a huge discount. For example, any student is going for 2 years masters, the actual tuition fees is 24,000 euros. But after discount, student need to pay only 18,000 euros, which is almost like 5.5 lakh Indian pounds. They're getting a discount on, we call it as a retention bonus. And we do have an option of 20%, 15% discount options as well, based on the student choice of selecting the discount. That will be clearly mentioned in the student study contract second question. And coming back to the UG, right now we have this apprehension scholarship, which is first year 20%, second year 25%, third year 30% discount. So these options are given to the student, but I think soon we are coming down with a high school achiever scholarship, which means a student will get a scholarship based on the 12th percentage. So if any student is having more than 90%, they are eligible to get flat 50% discount for entire 3 years of UG. So this will be one of the advantages. And coming back to the student services, we do have a quite interesting programs. Like we have peer group and buddy system. Peer group and buddy system is like sometimes the students feel lonely traveling to a different country and they need a support show. So we have an interesting program called the First Year Fridays. So every month, second Friday, we do have a peer group and buddy gathering. That is an exclusive for the students where they can always interact with the students, encouraging they have a problem with the cooperation, they have a problem with the lectures, they have a problem with an assignments or projects, they have a problem with the part times, or if they need a support shoulder in terms of psychological counseling, they can always inform to the buddies, and they make sure they are a bridge between the campus and the student. So they make sure that is addressed on the spot. So that is the reason. And apart from that, students have an opportunity to join the clubs. We have a 20 plus clubs that are available. Where if any student want to start their own club, they can do that. We need to have 6 members to set up that club. We are happy to open for that. Not only that, we do have our own football club. So where a student can enjoy the sports activities as well. And we do have an art gallery. So that is one of the advantages where students can exhibit their artwork. If they are from arts and design, we have an art gallery in the building, so they can do that as well.
Thank you so much for answering some insights about challenge. And about you.
Thank you, Global Degrees, for having me here. It's always good to have information shared with the student network and with the agent network. So we strongly suggest and we strongly recommend the students to look into the German as an education hub, and where we have a lot of career engaging activities as well. So if you have any queries or anything, you can always reach out to us. I'm happy to connect you on the virtual as well. Let's just have a word with the Global Degrees. So we can connect on the webinars, or if there is an education course or happening, we can meet in person as well. And if you guys are staying in any remote areas, we are happy to call you and clear your doubts as well. One person to another person. So that is the most easiest way. So if you want to know more about BBE, admissions, scholarships, entry requirements, programs as well, or what are the extracurricular activities we have. So always reach out to Global Degrees, and I'm happy to connect with you in person as well. Thank you for that.